Hello students, welcome to class 12 physics class. Today we discuss the some characteristics curve for cell and the combination of cells. In last class we discussed or we just revised that combination of resistances, that is series and parallel. Today's class we discuss the combination of cells in series, in parallel, and if mixing group is there, series, parallel, both are mixed there, then the expression for the maximum current or the condition for the maximum current that we discuss in today's class. So let's start with the today's topic. First topic, the characteristics curve for a cell. As we earlier studied that the relationship between the EMF and the current and the internal resistance smaller, that is E equals to IR, I capital R plus I smaller. When a cell of EMF having internal resistance R is connected across a variable load resistance R, external resistance that is R. So from that expression we get the expression of current I equals to EMF E by R plus R. R is the external resistance and small r is the internal resistance of that cell. So total resistance of the circuit, that is sum of two resistances because they are connected in series. And we know that when the no current is drawn from the cell, that means it is an open circuit. Only that condition we get the EMF. So the potential and that EMF is equal to the terminal voltage, terminal potential difference V. So terminal potential difference and the EMF E are related by a equation through our external resistance R, that is V equals to E minus IR. And if another one equation, if we use the Ohm's law, V equals to IR, and from that expression of I equals to E by R plus R, if we put it over there, then we get V equals to ER by R plus R. So these are the expressions. So first characteristic curve, that is E versus R graph, EMF versus resistance graph. As we know that when no current is there, that means in open circuit, the terminal potential difference, terminal voltage V is equal to the EMF, electromotive force. So if we put in that second equation, that is V equals to E minus IR, if we put I equals to 0, we get V equals to E. Okay. And if we put I equals to 0 in that expression, that is I equals to E by R plus R, we get E equals to 0. So it is proof that terminal potential difference is equal to EMF when we put the value of I equals to 0 in that expression, V equals to E minus IR, that is open circuit. And if we put I equals to 0 in the first equation, then we get EMF is 0. So from here it is clear that EMF E does not depends upon external resistance R, capital R. So the characteristics curve E versus R, that looks like as shown in this figure, parallel to the x-axis. It does not depends upon the resistance. If we increase the value of the resistance, EMF will be same. Next characteristics curve, V versus R graph. V versus R graph. So in second expression, that is V equals to ER by R plus R, from that expression we see that if we increase the value of capital R, then the value of V also increases. So we take the three conditions when R tends to 0 or R equals to 0, resistance is almost 0, but because in reality it is not possible except the superconductor, but maximum in 99% whatever conductor we use, they have a small resistance. That's why we use resistance tends to 0, V equals to 0. If we put the rate R tends to 0, then we get V equals to 0. Now if we put R, the value of external resistance is equal to the internal resistance, R equals to smaller. So what we get from that expression? We get V equals to half of the EMF. Okay, and if we put the R, that capital R, external resistance tends to infinity, then we get V equals to E, V equals to EMF. So if we put this value in the graph, we see that the nature of the graph as shown in this figure. So E by 2, that is when R equals to smaller, that is E by 2, that is half of the EMF. And when we get the maximum, or when we get the terminal voltage is equal to EMF, when R tends to infinity. Clear? Okay. Now next, the combination of cells in series and parallel. That means in like a similar to the resistance, we find out the equivalent EMF, equivalent resistance, internal resistance, because cell has internal resistance. Okay. So as we know that the cell provides us a field current. Cells provides us a field current, a single cell. Okay, it generates the electric current. We discussed in the battery mechanism. Okay, how the electricity generated. It does not. We say that from battery we get the electric current, but it is not happen. You also know that non-electrical force is generated inside them. Then when a electric charge is moved from negative terminal to positive terminal, or positive to negative terminal, then whatever the work done is there, that will be the energy, and with that energy, when we connect it with a path, the electric charges flows through that conductor. That's why we get the electric current. So if we use a single cell, then we get a very less amount of current. But in place of a single cell, if we connect two or more cells, then the magnitude of the current also increases. And we know that the combination of two or more cells are called battery. Combination of two or more cells are called battery. Okay, together, if we use two or more cells together, we get the higher current, and this combination of cell is called the battery. Now, this combination are two types. Either it will be in series or it will be in parallel. And there is also the condition, because we get the maximum current. Why we use the cells? We get the maximum or higher amount of current. So in series, what is the condition for getting the maximum current? In parallel, what is the condition for maximum current? We also discuss in this class. So battery cells are used in torch, automobiles, we use in different purposes, and it can be joined in series, parallel, or sometimes it will be mixed. Series and parallel, it will be mixed way. So first we discuss in series. Series means, you see that diagram, I will draw the two diagrams, you can draw any one. First diagram, we only use the cell, and we consider it has a internal resistance, that we not draw. In the second diagram, that's why we use a dotted box. We know that we discussed when we discuss the internal resistance. Whenever you show the internal resistance, it will be inside the box, because this is the internal resistance of that cell. That's why we use the dotted box. So any one diagram you can use. Okay, if you use the first one, you just write in a sentence that we consider the first cell has EMF E1 and the internal resistance R1, and the second cell having EMF E2 and internal resistance R2. And if you draw the second number, then it will be mentioned over there. Then also you just write R1 represent internal resistance of E1 and R2 represent internal resistance of E2. So at 3 points here we use the two cells. Okay, E1 and having EMF E1 and E2 and internal resistances R1 and R2. And series combination means when the first cell negative terminal is connected the second cell positive terminal, end to end connection, because resistance has no positive and no negative terminal. That's why we say that the one end of a resistance is connected to the another first end, or the last end of a resistance is connected to the first end of another resistance. So but here the battery has two terminals, we know that. So it is easy to mention over there that when a battery negative, first battery negative terminal is connected with a second battery positive terminal, then this combination is called series combination. Okay, and here we get the 3 points A, B and C, and these 3 points having 3 different potential VA, VB and VC. So between the points A and B, the potential difference across the two terminals A and B is the two terminals of the first cell, positive and negative. So there will be the potential difference. It is denoted by VAB, and the VAB that can be written as VA minus VB. And the second terminal, second cell, the two terminals are B and C. So the potential difference between B and C, that is VBC, that is equals to VB minus VC. So what will be the value of VA and VB? We get this expression V equals to E minus IR. We use this expression, just we denote it by 1 or 2, like this way. So VAB, VA minus VB, that is equals to, we can write the potential difference across the A and B, that is equals to E1 minus I R1. E1 is the EMF of first cell minus I into I is the current flowing, whatever the current is passes through the battery or that first cell, and I1 is the internal resistance. We apply from, we get the IR1 from the expression of Ohm's law, V equals to IR1. Okay. Similarly, BBC equals to, we can write E2 minus IR2. So now this is the potential difference across AB and BC separately between the two EMF. Now if instead of, if we consider these two as a system, as a combined system, so we have only two terminals, one is a A, another one is a C. If we consider these two are not as a separate terminal, these two as a system. Okay, when two, that means it is a battery. So if we consider this is a battery which consists of two cells having EMF E1 and E2, internal resistance R1 and R2, then we can say that it has only two terminals A and C. So the potential difference across A and C, what we can write? VA minus VB plus VB minus VC, and we get the values of VA minus VB and VB minus VC. We put it over there. So VAC equals to, we get, that is equation number 1, E1 plus E2 minus I into R1 plus R2. Now in place of E1 and E2, if we used another one cell which is equivalent to that E1 and E2, sum of the E1, whatever the combined effect of E1 and E2, that is equal to that cell, that is denoted by E equivalent, and the resistance also R equivalent. Okay, so if we consider an equivalent cell EEQ which is replace E1 and E2, then what we can write? You see this diagram, equals to sign over there, and I will draw this one, E equivalent, that is equals to, that has only two terminals A and C. So VAC equals to, what we can write? E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. This is equation number 2. Now you see that equation 1 and equation 2 are the equation of VAC. So we can write E1 equals to 2, that means E1 plus E2 minus I into R1 plus R2, that is equals to E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. So if we separately we equate this equation, we get E equivalent represent the sum of the EMF, that is E1 plus E2, and R equivalent I cancel, negative negative cancel. So R equivalent, that is equals to R1 plus R2. It is a simple thing. It is a connected in series. Cells are connected in series. So internal resistance also connected in series, and in series we get R equivalent equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, that like this way. If in numbers of cells, then R2 Rn. So here R equivalent equals to R1 plus R2 and E equivalent equals to E1 plus E2. So if two cells are connected in series, then the equivalent EMF, that is the sum of that two EMF, and the internal resistance is sum of the internal resistance of that two cells. If there are n number of that, then up to n, En, we can added these terms for both cases, E equivalent and R equivalent. Clear? It is for the series. Now parallel combination. Parallel combination means, you know that the parallel combination has two common points. So here also we have two common points. Two common point means, if we consider two cells, then the positive terminals of two cells are connected to a single point, and negative terminal of that two cells are connected to the another one terminal point. So these two cells having two common points. If this type of arrangement is called parallel combination, you see in this figure. And we know that in parallel combination the potential V is equal. So whatever the potential across E1, cell 1, same potential also across cell 2, because they having the same point, same common point B1 and B2. But what is the different here? Current is different. And in series you see that here the current is same. Yeah, potential is different. VA, VB, VAB, VBC, this will be different. But in this case, V potential, because they having two common points, B1, B2 are the common points for cell 1 and cell 2 also. Okay, but the currents are different because they having different EMF, E1 and E2. So the current also through E1, that is I1, through E2, that is I2. But after passing the common points, after B1, these two currents are added together and we get the total current, that is I. So we can say that in this figure, from this figure, I equals to I1 plus I2. This is equation number 1. And these two cells having the internal resistance R1 and R2. So for first cell, what we can write? V equals to, the potential V equals to VB1 minus VB2. Okay, and that is equals to, from that expression V equals to E minus IR. So what we can write? E1 minus I1 R1. So I1 equals to E1 minus V by R1. And from second cell having the same 2 points B1 and B2. So VB1 minus B2. So similarly we write I2 equals to E2 minus V by R2, because we get the same expression, same voltage, V equals to VB1 minus VB2. But the expression for EMF and in terms of internal resistance, that will be different for the second case, that is I2 E2 minus I2 R2. So from that equation we can write I2 equals to E2 minus V by R2. That's why I will write here similarly for the second cell, I2 equals to E2 minus V by R2. There is a suffix, that number will be changed. So from 1 what I equals to I1 plus I2, in place of I1 and I2, if we put these values of I1 and I2 and if we simplify it, we get this equation number 2. V equals to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2 minus I into R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. This little bit difficult, but this simplification, but not so difficult, not so much difficult. Okay, if you carefully simplified it, and you get this equation number 1. Now here also we consider this figure, that is equals to, we also draw the second figure, that is E equivalent R equivalent. That means we use the another one cell which is equivalent to E1 and E2, or which replace these two cells E1 and E2, which having the internal resistance are equivalent. So what we can write? V equals to E equivalent minus I R equivalent. Now you see that equation 2 and equation 3 are the same equation for V. So we can write equation 2 equals to equation 3. And if we compare that to equation, we see that, or we can write E equivalent, that is equals to the first term of the second equation, that is E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. And if we equate the second term, then we get R equivalent, that is equals to R1 plus R2 by R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So if we simplify it, so we get E equivalent by R equivalent, that is equals to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2. And if we simplify this one, I1 by R equivalent equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That's why we get R equivalent equals to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Because it is in parallel. In parallel, we know that 1 by R equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So it is also happening in case of parallel combination of two cells for this internal resistance. So these are the EMF and equivalent internal resistance for in the parallel combination. If n number of cells are there, then up to n we added this equation. Clear? Okay. Now we already studied the in series combination and parallel combination, and we get the E equivalent, R equivalent. Now the condition for maximum current in series combination, because internal, here we consider the internal resistance. Most of the topics, or whenever we solve some circuit analysis using the parallel combination and series combination of the resistances where across the battery, we neglect the internal resistance of the battery. But here we does not neglect, we use that internal resistance of the battery. Now the condition for maximum current for series combination, when we get the maximum current, in which condition we get the maximum current in series combination. So let's see the figure. Here we take the n number of cells, identical cell having same EMF, that is E, and the internal resistance R. Each cell having same EMF E and the internal resistance R. So there are n numbers of cells and each having the EMF E and each having the same EMF, that is E, and same internal resistance, that is R, and they are connected with the external resistance, that is R, capital R. So if n numbers of cells are there and they having the same EMF, that is E, so what is the total EMF of the n number of cells together? That is n into E. Suppose you have 4 cells having same EMF, that is 2 EMF, 2 EMF, 2 EMF. So what will be the total EMF? 4 into 2. So here 4 represent the N and 2 represent the EMF E. So N into E. This is the total EMF for this N cells together. Now the internal resistance having each cells are R, small r. So the total internal resistance in series combination, this is what we can write, R plus R plus R up to N. That is what we can write, N into R, N into small r. Here. Now this circuit has another one resistance, external resistance, that is R. So what is the total resistance of this circuit? Internal resistance plus external resistance, that is R plus NR. And you are shown in the figure. I will also draw this diagram. Okay, NE, NR across with a capital R. So what is the expression for current? Current means EMF, total EMF by total resistance, total EMF in E, and total resistance is R plus NR. Now here we can take two conditions. First condition, if the external resistance is very greater than the internal resistance. If very greater than internal resistance, then we neglect that term N into R. So we get I equals to N E by R. So E by R, EMF by resistance, that gives us the current. So what we can say that from that expression, the current is N times of the that can be drawn from the one cell. If one cell is there, that is only in place of n numbers of cells we write N into E. So from one cell we get the current N times. N times. N is a 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So current is more. But if we consider R very less than NR, the external resistance is very less than the internal resistance, Then we neglect the capital R term. So what we get I equals to E by R. So we get the current given by a single cell. So which one is larger, the N times of the current or only the current, that is I? Obviously, if we consider in place of N, if we write the 2, so we get, for first condition, we get the twice of the current of the initial condition. From the initially we get the I, so final from this expression we get the 2 times of the I. But if we consider the second condition, both have, in both cases we get the same current. So in which condition we get the more current? Obviously from the first condition, because it's N times of the current. So this is the condition. What is the condition? When external resistance is very greater than the total internal resistance, then the cells get the maximum current in series combination. Clear? So this is the condition, that R very greater than NR for this series combination to get the maximum current from the circuit. I think this concept is clear. So if you have any doubt, please write in a comment box that this portion you can understand, then again I will discuss this matter. Next, condition for maximum current for a parallel combination of cells. Same way here we also, because in last series we considered the n numbers of cells, so here we consider m numbers of cells are connected in parallel across a external resistance R. Now here you see that the each cells having same EMF and same internal resistance. Capital E is the EMF and small r is the internal resistance, and they are connected in parallel. So resistance, internal resistance also connected in parallel. So what is the expression for equivalent resistance? 1 by RQ equals to 1 by R1, 1 by R plus 1 by R, because they are having the same internal resistance up to M terms. So what we can write? M by R. So R equivalent equals to R by M. This is the R equivalent, total internal resistance in parallel. But there is another one resistance also be connected, that is capital R. So total resistance of the circuit, total internal resistance plus external resistance, that is R plus R by M. Clear? Now the cells having the same EMF, that is E. Now in parallel combination, just now we discussed, when we discussed the equivalent EMF of cell, the parallel combination, we see that each cell having the same 2 common points. So the across each cells the EMF also be same. So here the M cells are there, so across M cells the EMF also be same, that is E. So the total EMF of the parallel combination, that is only E. Clear? Okay. So I equals to, what is the expression of I? Total EMF by total resistance. Total EMF is E and total resistance is R plus small r by capital M. So we get M E by M R plus small r. Now we use the two conditions. If R very less than R by M, capital R, the external resistance is very less than internal resistance, then we neglect the capital R term. So we get I equals to M E by R. M E by R. That means E by R gives us the current, so that is M times of the current due to a single cell. Now if we consider R very greater than Rm, so we neglect the Rm term, R by M term, so we get I equals to E by R. So this is only single current due to a single cell. So which condition we get the more current? The first condition, we get the M times of the current, whatever the current, we get the M times. Okay, so this is the condition in parallel combination of the cells. We get to get the maximum current when the external resistance is very less than the total internal resistance of the cells. Only in that condition, in parallel in combination of the cell, we get the maximum current. So just opposite to the series combination. In series combination, where external resistance is very greater than the total internal resistance, we get the maximum current. And here, when the external resistance is very less than the total internal resistance, we get the maximum current. I hope it is clear now. Now, mixed grouping of cells, that means series and parallel both mixed together, and we also here also we get the condition, we find out the condition for maximum current. So first we find out the expression for I, okay, then we use the then we find out the condition for maximum current of this mixed grouping of cells. In this figure, you see that there are n numbers of cells are connected in series, and this n number of cells are joined in m rows. M number of rows are there connected in parallel. In this combination, a certain number of identical cells are identical, having same EMF, same internal resistance, are connected in series, and that such rows also connected in parallel. So in this figure, we see that n number of cells are connected in series, having EMF E and internal resistance R each cell in each row, and that rows are connected, that m number of rows are there, are connected in parallel. You see this concept you clear first. N numbers of cells connected in series, first line n, second line n, third line n. Now these rows are connected parallelly, so there are m numbers of rows, and there are n numbers of cells are connected in series. Clear? So total number of cells, if there are n number of cells and m rows are there, then what total number of cells are present? Total number, suppose you have 4 rows, okay, and in 4 rows you have 3 anything is there, just consider pencil, 3 pencils in each 4 row. So what is the total number of pencils? 4 into 3, that is 12. So here we have n number of cells, that is represent 3, and m number of rows that represent 4. So 4 into 3, that means we get m into n. Total number of cells, that is m into n. Okay. Now each cell having EMF E, same EMF, and these are connected in series. So total EMF of each row, because each row cells are connected in series, so the total EMF of each row, first row, second row, third row, that is NE. First row NE, second row NE, third row NE. So that's why we mention about the each row, not the total circuit. The each row having NE total EMF. Now this rows, how many rows are there? M number of rows, and they are connected in parallel. And we know that when the cells are connected in parallel, they having 2 common points. So the EMF across each cells having same, that is N into E. Now it is clear. So the total EMF of the circuit is N into E. Now we find out the resistance. Now total internal resistance for each row, that is N into R. Each row, that is N into R. R series, so N into R. Now this rows, there are m number of rows, these are connected in parallel. So the total internal resistance, the total equivalent of that resistance, that is 1 by R equivalent equals to 1 by NR plus 1 by NR. First row NR, second row NR, third row NR, like this way up to m terms. So what we can write? 1 by R equivalent equals to M by NR. So R equivalent equals to NR by M. This is the total internal resistance. So total resistance of the circuit, because it is, there is also one resistance is there, that is total external resistance, capital R. So total resistance of the circuit internal resistance, total internal resistance plus external resistance, that is R plus NR by M. That is equation 3. Equation 2 gives us the total internal resistance. Equation 3 gives us the total resistance of the circuit. Both are the different. So now we can easily find out I equals to total EMF, that is NE, by total resistance R plus NR by M. So we get I equals to M into N into E by MR plus M. This is the expression for current from this mixed grouping of cells. Now from this expression it is clear that if the denominator term, that is MR plus NR, if this term is minimum, then we get the maximum current. So when this term is minimum, when this MR plus NR, this total term, this denominator will be minimum, then now we find out that condition. So MR plus NR, here we use the mathematical tricks, because root 2 square equals to 2 we can write. So MR plus NR, that is equals to, we can write root over of MR whole square plus root over of NR square, A square plus B square, that is equals to A minus B whole square plus 2 into A into B. So we get this, we just simplify this one. Now it is clear that the square term is does not the negative. So this MR plus NR will be minimum when the root over of MR minus root over of NR, that will be 0. So from this expression MR equals to NR, or we get R equals to NR by M. Now you see that NR by M, where you get equation 2 NR by M. What is this? This is the total internal resistance. So this is the condition when the external resistance is equal to the total internal resistance of the cells. Only this condition we get the maximum current in a mixed grouping of a cell. So this is the condition for maximum current for this mixed grouping of cells. R equals to NR by M, or external resistance is equal to the total internal resistance of the cells. This is equation number 2, what is represent R equivalent. Is it clear? So once again I just repeat this mixed grouping of cells. First, n number of cells are connected in series and there are many rows. So these rows, there are we consider m rows are there and they will connected in parallel. So n numbers of cells are in series and m numbers of rows are connected in parallel. And each rows, the cells contains same EMF E and the internal resistance R. So that's why if n cells are there and m rows are there, then how many cells are present? M into n. Now in each line or each row, total EMF in first row, total EMF NE, second row NE, third row NE. So in m rows, because in parallel combination, the each cell or each row having same two common points, so the EMF across each row will be same, that is N into E. Okay. Now the total internal, now n cells having internal resistance, this in each row they are connected in series. So in each row the equivalent resistance is N into R. Now these N into R resistances are connected in parallel in m rows. So the total internal resistance, this NR will be in parallel. So 1 by R equivalent equals to 1 by NR plus 1 by NR up to m terms. That's why we write m by NR. So R equivalent equals to NR by M. This is the total internal resistance of this circuit. Now here there is another one resistance is present, that is external resistance, capital R. So the total resistance of the circuit, sum of the external resistance plus total internal resistance, that is R plus NR by M. So from here we can find out the current I equals to NE by R plus NR by M, that is total EMF by total resistance, and we get finally I equals to N into E by MR plus NR. Now the condition for this I will be maximum if the denominator term will be minimum. and this denominator term will be minimum when the external resistance R is equal to the total internal resistance. R equals to NR by M. Only in that condition we get the maximum current from this mixed grouping of cells. I hope it is clear now. If you have any kind of problem, any place for in today's class, please write in a comment box. Otherwise, how can I know you understand or not? I will try my best. If you have any problem, please write in a comment box that this point you did not understand. So in next video, first I clear that doubts, then I start the next topic. Okay, so have a nice day. Tata.